Hey, welcome back to Project Management Demystified. Right, so this is episode 2 of our interview series. So we started an interview series and trying to answer the question, tell me about yourself. I covered a bit in the last episode, and I just want to continue here. So again, I'll say that interviews are very great opportunity to let people see us. So that's the opportunity we have, that people can see us and know whether they want to work with us. And when the questions are asked, I'm starting with tell me about yourself. There are experiences in our lives that, whether it's educational experience, whether it's personal experience, we're coming from somewhere. And in preparing for interview, we should try to weave in our experiences into what the role is offering, or what challenges one will be facing in the role. Interviewers, hiring managers want to see that you have done your homework. And I say this to a lot of people, that yes, interviewers are trying to be objective to capture as much as possible, but there is just inherent there are just inherent there are just inherent flaws in the way human beings behave and interact with our environment. While there can be laid down guidelines and principles around how interviewers or hiring managers should rate or score interviewees or candidates, there's still this element that one cannot quantify: the qualitative, the personal side of things that might make you stand out from the pack. Because a lot of people applying for the same role would have the skills, would have the basic skills that you have. So how can the interview panel, what can you do to make the interview panel remember you? And that's why I always go for my personal stories. So in the last episode, I spoke about studying languages and try to weave that into some of the skills that are required for the role. So it could be applied to any area of our life. So say, for instance, someone studied engineering. You can start asking, what does engineering have to do with business analysis or project management? Engineering there's a lot of obeying laws, like laws of physics, and we could also use structure. The structure in engineering, attention to detail is one, because when building something, if something is missing by 1 centimeter or less, there could be a problem. There's this popular example about rails, where trains are built, but they don't completely align with the platform. If you notice, if you're on a train, if you're coming up from a train in London or anywhere, there are some stations where the platform is a little bit different or higher or lower than the train. So that's engineering for you. There's attention to detail in engineering. So you can weave attention to detail into project management, into business, and attention to detail is a really key skill that business analyst, or any field for that matter, attention to detail is really key. So attention to detail, obeying laws. So laws of different things, laws of physics. While obeying laws might sound rigid to some roles, you can chip in things like, while you are aware of obeying laws and bringing into the role that you are trying to apply for, you can mention flexibility and just the awareness. So awareness of things like being aware that this is how something will work might help in things like risk management. So if we know our risk threshold, if you know our risk appetite, that can be a skill that can be called out. So human beings, we speak, we think, and we remember better in stories. So when we're telling these things, when we're saying these things, we make them come across as stories. We make them come across that the interviewers will remember. So when we use personal stories, rather than just say, I'm an XYZ, I'm a this, that every other person will say that. But when we use personal examples, when we say these things in stories, it makes them come across cleaner and interviewers can remember. There's something I just need to say quickly before I finish. A lot of the times that we're unsuccessful in interviews, it could just be that the interviewers have taken down as much as they can and they've missed some things that we have said. But when we say things that they will remember, that would increase our chances, increase our likelihood of being successful on those interviews. I think I'll just leave you there for today and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Bye bye.